Hi, I'm Kai. This time we talked more about our culture. I would like to focus on 2 points of what we talked about. One is the attitude towards vulnerable groups. The other is which kind of emotion is better for our development, exposed or introverted. In the wild age, our ancestors would abandon the old men to guarantee the survival of the tribe. Ever since the appearance of civilization, we focused on the care of the weak. In modern times, United States enacted affirmative action and some other systems to make sure these policies can be implemented, because the development of economy and rich substance, a society can have the ability to help those who have insufficient productivity. Moreover, these people have been cherished by society, not because they are labor force, but because everyone has his human right. But this is only the first step of civilization. Then we need to think about some other questions. Let's take an example, bee species, the species that we often reflect on. We are all weak individuals and powerful collections. So we learn to group to survive. But the difference is that even if bees connect each other very well and can understand their language through dancing, each bee exists just because it's a labor force instead of a bee. So the old and died bees would be abandoned and forgotten very soon. Moreover, when the bee was born, its society would decide if it is allowed to enjoy royal jelly. From then on, it has been decided if the bee is a queen bee or worker bee, and would never change. It's not terrible that there are vulnerable groups in a society. The most terrible thing is that these groups cannot be treated in justice. Civilization means giving a chance to change to each hard-working bee. This is not enough, just as we learned in inequality and prejudice. In my opinion, we should give the vulnerable trust instead of sympathy. The trust that everyone can succeed through his hard work and everyone should get a chance to succeed. The trust that we believe others because we are all people is called civilization. Another thing is that most Americans' emotion is more exposed than Chinese. So which kind of emotion is better? First, if you cannot speak out what you are thinking, how can others know your ideas? Nowadays, in the big data internet era, our connection is a huge people network. If we want to influence others, we need to expose our emotion and express properly. Emotional exposure is straightforward and unconcealed. Then the listeners can accept your meaning and enthusiasm. They can be attracted and moved easier. So emotion exposure is the pursuit of large-scale diffusion and influence. But if you are introverted in emotion, you cannot prevent yourself very well in this time. On the other hand, people with introverted emotion can express themselves in different ways. As a Chinese, we may not use a lot of physical contact and direct description, but we still try to express ourselves in the traditional way. Moreover, introverted emotion can help us focus on quality instead of quantity. We may not know so many people or establish a broad people network, but we would accurately understand each people we know. This is what we taught this time. The American still has its advantage and diversity. China also has its tradition and the attitude of progress. And at last, Let me show you my picture with my partner.